Hello everyone, this is Magus of the Library, volumes 1 through 4, and I'll start, I think, at the end just a little bit, so I'm not giving much away, but I'm kind of am here. One of them, a champion destined to protect the world, the other, a force of darkness destined to tear it asunder. And that one has hooked me very much for the rest of them. There are 10 altogether, and I will get them all. So we meet Theo, and Theo has a problem. He's 6 years old when we meet him, and his problem goes beyond simple bullying. It is racist, for he is, he calls them something else, but they're humans and they're elves, and he is a half elf, and he's got little pointed ears, and he is people are bigoted towards him for that, and as a result of him being poor, he is not allowed in the local village library at all, whose head librarian seems to be a bit of an ass. And so along comes these three librarians known as Kafna, and one makes such an example to him, setting things right with the library about who can attend and saving him in one particular situation. She becomes the model hero for him. This is the superhero he wanted. Her motivation, at least in the beginning, is let me give this guy a little nudge and then we'll see what he can do afterwards. And he is the consummate hero to be. We have a time jump. He's still a preteen, but he's had a physical job. He's in very good physical condition, and thanks to the mana that infests this tree where is one of his little hangouts that he adored, he gets infested with it as well, and he actually gets the power to control water, which mostly it looks like it has manifested primarily through super strength since there's so much water in his body. So when a rather 30-foot statue goes to fall on someone, he's able to save them by catching it. Along the way, he's now headed off to the library in the great city, and he is a hero along the way. He helps people along the way. He makes friends and gains companions along the way. When you get there, it's a series of trials it's three of them actually, to try out to be a Kafna. And then you have to go through a whole nother thing after that, which hasn't been gotten to in it. But the three original tests, one is written, and all these people, there's only one that's particularly old, so these are a bunch of young folks. What you get is a character rundown about what each one of these people goes through while taking this test, from the meticulous to the bored to Theo himself, who seems to be, he's very torn between having the confidence to go about his adventure, but he feels like he's in over his head. The second test is supposed to be an oral examination, but it doesn't really go into detail about it. It's just that it happened. But the third, though, they do go into detail with. And in this, it is a group outing. You are paired, you're not paired, you are with two other people. It's a group of three. All the students are in groups of threes. And you have to figure out and translate a manuscript. And the butting of heads and the clashes of personality were quite a bit of fun to read, with Theo being this heroic, selfless, let's get help with others, let's help them, to the self-important, I'm a genius, I'm right 99% of the time, if not all the time, but is too meticulous. Let's go over this again. And they clash. Both interesting characters, and there's in the middle of the three is this fun for all, let's all get along. I can't remember her name, but she must have had some kind of racism about in her life, given that not just pointy ears, but she's got little animal ears on her, little fluffy animal ears. And so the books themselves are treated as both literally and metaphorically as divine things. Some of them do contain magic. In an earlier portion, this, I think it was a fire demon of some sort, got out of one of the books, and the librarians had to go and get it back and tame it. Later on, something like was it a paper mache? I'm not entirely sure what it was. It was like a quilted blanket in humanoid form that got loosed and ran amok. And we find out there's at least one person behind the scenes very interested in the herodom of Theo, but in a negative fashion. The librarians seem to be, well, we need to coax him because this might be our savior. They haven't quite flat out said chosen one with a prophecy, but it seems to be floating around in there when they talk about fate and the personality of Theo and what he's going to be able to do. But there is at least one person behind the scenes who is going in the opposite direction, and there's two of them that I know of that are presented in the books as interested in, well, evil and bringing down civilization, it appears. One character throughout these books, not throughout first and the fourth, the other just in one panel, but you get it. Oh, this could be our head villain, or is this the master or the apprentice? And I actually quite like these. I think I forget which one it was now. Maybe the third. I think it was the third one started to fade a bit compared to the others. But overall, I actually really liked it. It seems mostly for the young, like it's almost YA because there's a bunch of kids starring in this. The artwork in this, it just kind of stuns me a bit when you get flash pages like this one here. I mean, I don't know how easy it is to see from there, but just up close like this is just this meticulous nature. You get some panels that are just sort of there as a transition, but the vast majority of this is well detailed and just well done to the point where somebody sits down and does this for a living. And I would think that you'd have to do it hours per day to get this kind of detail out of some of this stuff you see in here. Just this door. Somebody had to sit there and draw that. And I think too, it's great that this is I always wondered why manga is mostly in black and white, but once you look at some of this, I think I would actually prefer to see these things as they are, just in pen and ink. I think I'd prefer it that way, because if that were, I don't know, if that were in color, I think it would actually diminish it in a way, because you can appreciate the detailing goes into some of this. It's amazing. I like looking at it, and the story is good enough. I like reading at it. Getting these things together without just flat out ordering them on Amazon has been a little bit of a chore. That's 1 through 4. I found a 6, and according to my searching, there are 2 Barnes & Noble. One has a 5, and another one's got a 7. And I think an 8, which I'll get my hands on and take a journey today on my days off. But I think I'm gonna have to order the rest. But good hero's journey going on here. I like it. So a lot of booktubers have experience with Guy Gavriel K, and I have none. This is gonna be my first one. So they planted the seed and it got watered enough that I finally went ahead and bought one. This is a song for our bond. Mostly this was Joanna Reeds that got me on this one, just for a video she did and a few comments. Blaze of Gorhot, by the way, is a warrior. He fought for his king and country until the king died with an arrow in his eye at the Battle of Ierson Bridge, and a dishonorable treaty ceded a good part of his country to foreign hands. He has broken relations with his father, advisor to the king of Gorhot, and abandoned the use of his family name. Now Blaze is a mercenary. He never expected to work for the lords of Arborn, the warm, fertile land south of Gorhort, whose people praise the love of women. They even worship a goddess instead of the god. They are soft people, or so we thought, but for all their nonsense about love, there are troubadours and songs. They will fight for their country when invasion comes from the north. So he was in the north His country got taken over. Now he's in the South, going to fight the North. So if I'm getting a general feeling about this, it's high drama, and that'll be a switch from this lighthearted drama, though there's some serious machinations going on behind it. But this seems to be some good fantasy dramatic action that I'm gonna get into. I hope. Lots of praise, nothing but good praise. I don't think I've ever seen or heard a bad word about a Guy Gabriel Kay book. So there you go. That is next week. Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.